The way we code is changing, and so is the way we interact with our databases. Every product starts with a simple question. We started this series by asking, what if you could talk to your database in natural language without burning your precious time writing, debugging, and reading SQL statements? This is one of many questions asked over our 10-video Postgres data analytics series that ends today. The quality of our outcomes is determined by the quality of our questions, and in each video throughout the series, we ask different questions to push our abilities as AI-charged product builders into the future. What if we can't solve a problem in one prompt? How can we control our multi-agent systems? How can we reduce costs and monitor our agentic software? Can we access more memory while managing less state? Can our AI agents correct their own mistakes? With each question came a new video where we pushed to find new answers. All of our work has led us to this final video with our answer to our original question from video 1 in the form of a product. I want to introduce you and welcome you to Talk to Your Database, a new way to interact with your data. Built exclusively for data engineers, analysts, product builders, new products typically offer one or more of these 3 value propositions: better, faster, cheaper. Talk to Your Database aims to be better and faster at helping you communicate with your database. Let's see how Talk to Your Database accomplishes that. Talk to Your Database is launching exclusively right before your eyes. To join the beta launch, type 9999. By watching this video, you are exclusively part of the launch. This product is our secret. We'll update the passcode every week until 2024 to keep the product as low-key as possible. We want to keep the product really low-key as it's in beta and make improvements up till 2024 for the final release. Create your account here. I'm going to toggle to log in, and let's get started. After you log in or create a new account, we're greeted by a hyper minimal UI with a couple components. We have an input field, a list of query results, navbar, and a sidebar tab with our table. Talk to Your Database automatically connects to a demo read-only Postgres database. This allows you to test with zero commitment, zero risk, and minimal setup. Now let's look at the core of the product, the natural language input field. If we hit T or click the Show Tables tab, we can see all of the tables in our Postgres database. We can see here in the users table, we have this auth boolean. I'm going to type select all auth users. You can see here the table context popped right up above the input field. And now I'm going to hit enter. You can see here, select all auth users popped into our query results and is loading. If you've been watching the series, you know exactly what this is doing in the background. Awesome. Our query has auto-updated and has presented several options to us now. We can view the results, we can copy the SQL, or we can download the results. Let's go ahead and just click the row and see what we get. We have our natural language query, we have the status, we have the table context, which is the tables that our AI agents use to complete the query. You can see here the generated SQL query and our final results in a nice table that we can sort and view the results of. All users are authed. One of my golden principles of engineering: never trust new technology. Validate the results to build trust. So let's go ahead and verify that these are actually the correct results. If we open up Table Plus, let's copy the SQL, paste it in, and run it as is. We have about 51 rows, and if we just sort by ID, we can see the first 10. And if we look back over, sort by ID here, you can see roughly the first 10 results are exactly the same. With Talk to Your Database, you can be incredibly short and concise. Let's create another natural language query. Let's ask users, join job, limit 10. Let's go ahead and run that. You can see we have a brand new query that's loading. And I want to just highlight again how short and concise this natural language query is. It would be really hard to express this query in fewer words. Users, join job, limit 10. So if we click results here, we can see we have a brand new SQL statement. We can see our table context consists of the jobs and the users table. We have the users, we have their respective job, and we have a limit of 10. So again, you can just copy this out, paste in. These are the exact results we have in Talk to Your Database. So this is awesome. I want to add some more clarity around the column results. So let's go ahead and just ask Talk to Your Database to do this for us. I'm going to reuse this query by clicking on the natural language query in the row. And then I'm going to add prefix column name with respective table. Let's go ahead and let that run. This is something we can add automatically in the future as a customization setting, but for now, we're just going to type it in natural language and get the exact results we want. Awesome. So as you can see here, we have a new select statement with the prefixed results. We can see exactly what table each column belongs to. Oftentimes you'll have tables that both have updated columns or ID columns, so this can be particularly useful then. So let's put our SQL AI agents to work. Let's run another query, open up our table sidebar, and let's look for our notification table. Here we go. We have user notifications. Let's say I'm doing some data analytics and I want to know how many user notifications have not been read. I'm not going to type SQL. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to open up Talk to Your Database. I'm going to come to the input field and just type that exactly. How many user notifications haven't been read yet? Let's view the results. We can see here 100 users have not been read yet. Again, we can copy the SQL and check. The results look good. We can take this query, push it further, figure out which users aren't opening their notifications for whatever reason. The beauty of a tool like this is that it allows us to build on our existing queries. We can get results and then continue our exploration in natural language, and it leaves a nice trail of history of everything we've been asking and all of our results. So now that we know 100 user notifications haven't been read, let's see which users aren't reading their notifications. So which users are not reading their user notifications? You can see here I'm making sure that this table gets in our AI agent's table context by explicitly stating the table. There are ways to work around this, and we can lean on our AI agents to do this for us, but we'll always get better results if we just explicitly list the table. All right, let's check the result. Awesome. So you can see here we're getting the user ID, name, and email where they have unread notifications. Awesome. At any point, we can just copy the SQL, and at any point, we can just download the results. So far, so great, right? We're talking in natural language and getting concrete results and SQL out of our database. Even pro database admins would be saving time. Now, let's be real, right? We've all seen product launches and product demos where presenters are basically just cherry picking the happy path of their application. I'll be the first to say Talk to Your Database isn't perfect, and I don't want to paint it that way. Let's push the app to its breaking point. If we open our tables, search for products, we can see here we have products and supplier products, right? Now, what I want to say here is something a little ambiguous, right? Let's say select the most popular product, okay? So just by looking at the table definition here, you can see that there's no real way to determine if a product is popular. We still got a result back. It's doing its best guess by saying, it's ordering the stock ascending limit 1. So it's basically saying the fewer products you have, the better the product is likely going to be, right? And this makes sense. But as the domain expert, I know that that's not exactly how we measure how great a product is. We're actually looking for the product reviews table to tell us how popular a product is. We want to know not the lowest quantity. We don't want to know the price or the price and the quantity. What we're looking for is the product that has the best reviews. Let's go ahead and just look at some data in this table. List 10 random product reviews. Talk to Your Database is also just a great way to quickly get familiar with different tables. So you can just quickly ask, tell me what the data looks like, give me a couple random results. So we can see in this data, every product has a rating here. And what we want to do to find the most popular product is grab the product that has the summed highest rating. So we want to grab the product that has altogether the highest rating. Let's go ahead and type that out in natural language. Select the most popular product based on the sum of its product reviews rating. So once again, you can see we have the products and the product reviews tables that are going to be sent to our AI agents to figure out what query to run. By having them here and explicitly mentioning them in your prompt, you can be 100% certain that they'll be a part of the query. Let's let that run and let's see what we get. All right, let's check our results and let's see what we have here. So select product, sum, product rating, and then you can see here, this is being aliased and we're aliasing it as total rating, and then we're sorting descending. This is great. And then we're gonna do a limit 1. That's gonna give us the top product with the rating. And you can see here, product 75 has the highest combined rating. This gives us our most popular product. We got these results all in natural language just by thinking about the problem at a high level as you would before, minus all the work, effort, and details that go into actually creating, running, debugging your SQL statement. So every example we've looked at so far has been relatively simple. Let's look at a really interesting query that nails the value proposition of talk to your database in stone. Let's look at the orders table, and I'm going to ask a deceptively complex query for talk to your database to answer. You can see we have this order date field here. I'm going to ask average time between orders. That's it, 4 words. Let's let that run. If you're a database admin, data analyst, or full stack engineer, you know that working with time and finding distances between time in SQL is not simple. It's not a simple walk in the park. There's a lot that goes behind this. Let's open up and see the results of this deceptively simple query. And yeah, exactly. We're building out our ordered orders based on date. There's some lead and order by statements. We have this over clause. We then have to determine the distance between each statement. And then we need to make sure that those statements aren't null. And then finally, we get the average. This is not a simple statement, but as you can see, we typed 4 words and generated a ton of SQL that gave us our result. The average time between orders is 3 days, and then it looks like 14 hours, 32 minutes, etc. I just want to highlight this point. I'm going to go ahead and open up the console. Let me just copy this. Let's get the length of this, right? So we typed 27 characters. Let's copy the SQL. Let's paste this in, and we generated 390 characters of SQL. If we divide this, we can see what our multiplication rate was. How much faster were we? Talk to database helped me write that statement 14 times faster. It's actually a lot more than 14 times because we're assuming that you and I are a database admin elite guru who can, type this SQL statement in one shot at the exact same rate that we can type in natural language, which is just not true. Even for the most advanced SQL admin. That's a 14 times multiplication rate. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you become an order of magnitude times faster than anyone you know at one of your engineering activities. Literally 10x faster. Now, I want you to open your eyes, and Talk to Your Database enables you to 10x your communication with your database. So let's talk about security. If we click connect, you can see we're using a demo connection with a demo read-only Postgres user and a demo OpenAI API key. Whenever you're ready, whenever you feel comfortable, you can disconnect and use your own personal connection. I highly recommend you use a read-only role, a read-only user. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Once you've entered your information, go ahead and hit connect. And as long as you're not behind some type of VPN or something like that, you should connect successfully. So if you're enjoying your experience using the demo database connection and you want to try your own connection here, this is the place to do it. So we've seen data hacks time and time again. I'm not interested in them. You're not interested in them. Talk to Your Database automatically nukes your data. Big tech companies want your data, but me and my team of AI agents don't want it. If you click customize, you can see here we have retention policy and connection timeout. Retention policy is the amount of time that your query results will remain on the Talk to Your Database servers. After 1 hour, your query results will automatically expire. Connection timeout is the exact same thing for your database connection. You can stretch this out in this setting to 5 days at the longest. Only you are the one with true access to your database and true access to the results of your database. An additional layer of security that Talk to Your Database has, we have the notion of stop words. So anytime one of our AI agents generates an SQL statement that contains a stop word, it will automatically reject the statement. Let's go ahead and look at that right now. Let's try to insert some data, right? Insert a new row into the users table. So I'm gonna hit enter, and our multi-layered, multi-agent data analytics AI data team is going to notice that we have a insert statement here. Let's reject that statement completely. So you can see here we have an error, and it's reporting that it found the stop word insert. So if we click in here, there's no information, there's nothing to find, there's nothing to see because the query wasn't validated. We found the stop word. And so this is what the feedback system looks like in Talk to Your Database. Every error is going to show you some type of result. It's going to tell you why didn't it work, right? This adds an additional layer of security, again, on top of your read-only connection. That's not the only set of settings here you can scroll and see all the different ways you can customize Talk to Your Database to fit your exact style. You can see here we're only showing the previous 10 rows. We can hide and show actions. We have this automatically copy to clipboard functionality and much more coming in the future of Talk to Your Database. So just another note on security. I completely understand if you don't trust me, if you don't trust Talk to Your Database. This is where a read-only connection is really important. You know, technology enables us to not trust each other while still getting along fine. There's probably some darker societal repercussions to that, but we'll save that for our 2024 predictions video. Of course, whenever you want, you can log out and the system will automatically expire both your connection and your query results. So I talked about expiring your results. Let me just show you exactly what that looks like. I've got an Edge Pro version of Talk to Your Database on my monitor here. I'm going to go ahead and run a query that's going to automatically expire one of these queries so you can see what that looks like. So you can see here, our select most popular query has been expired. It has this different gray look. It's got the timeout. You can see here, there's nothing to download now. We can still copy the SQL, but if we click in here, you can see we just have the select statement. It's not leaking any actual data. This row has been expired. Over time, you'll always see your queries become expired. This is just a matter of data security. Again, big tech companies want your data. I don't want it. Talk to Your Database doesn't want it. It's more management, it's more headache, it's more risk. So we get rid of it. Talk to Your Database keeps your data safe by not having it at all. So there's one last thing we haven't talked about here. Talk to Your Database enables you to be a part of the development. I want to keep the feedback loop between you and I really tight so all the product feedback, all the development, roadmap, bugs, and questions will live right in the product. You can see here I have some mock feedback, feature requests, and some questions. Right now you can create feedback of 3 different types: bugs, feature requests, and questions. Whenever you leave some feedback, you really help improve the product. Based on volume, I know I won't be able to respond or get to every issue, but this will help improve the product rapidly. So feel free to drop in feature requests. This is a dev-heavy product, so your feedback is super important. No product launches perfectly. No product is the right version when it's first released. When questions, bugs, or new feature requests start moving into motion, they'll automatically get updated here, and you'll be able to watch it move to completion and get the feedback and get responses to your questions and ideas here. Try not to be spammy or annoying or angry or anything like that. The Talk to Your Database AI agents will mark your account as annoying and probably ignore your feedback. On the flip side, if your feedback, questions, and feature improvements are legit and help move the product forward, the moderation agents are going to promote your feedback to the top of the stack. We're just scratching the surface of everything Talk to Your Database can do and everything Talk to Your Database will be able to do with your feedback. With some time, this product has become the new way that I interact with Postgres databases. I'm actively using Talk to Your Database to build Talk to Your Database, and it's really turned into this really positive feedback loop. And I think you'll find it useful as well, especially if you interact with SQL on a daily basis. There's a lot more going on here, but really the core value is this. You now have the ability to talk to your database in natural language. You know, like I mentioned, it's not perfect. You can throw tons of things at this, just random crap that will not give you valid results. And there's still some work that needs to be done to fine tune the product so that it's automatically understanding your data and giving you back exactly what you need. But as the product builds, we'll be able to tweak, modify, and optimize the AI agents acting behind the hood to generate the exact results you want in the fewest number of words. The biggest issue I'm running into right now is speed. This product is built on top of GPT technology, GPT-4 specifically by OpenAI. As anyone who's been following the channel knows, the big problem with that technology is that it adds an additional API request. And as product engineers know, every API request you add to your product slows it down. So we'll be looking for ways to maximize speed within the application, within the bounds of what we actually can control. But that leads us perfectly to where we're headed next. From the beginning, I wanted this channel to be a place where product builders can gather, learn, exchange ideas, and really build products. We built a functioning product in public. We shared and developed ideas around the latest and greatest tech like GPT-4, Assistance API, AutoGen, and more. The channel has really taken off, and I just want to thank everyone who's been a part of the journey, especially if you're an OG that joined before the blow up, but I also want to appreciate everyone new that's joining the journey now. There's so many channels that just yap about the latest AI hype cycle news and build toy apps right from the documentation. We're here. really exploring, truly experimenting, and taking products from 0 to 1. You saw it here with the Postgres data analytics tool. It is now something you can use, something you can feel, something you can appreciate, something you can learn from, right? Talk2Database is live, and it's the product of all of our work over the previous 10 videos. On this channel, we take products from 0 to 1. That is what we do. If that sounds like you, if you want to be a part of that, if you want to do that yourself, really complete things, take things all the way, create value, hit the sub and join the journey. 2023 is just the beginning. So, while we're chatting, let's just go ahead and just fire off a couple, old queries. Whenever you want, you can just hop in, select some of your old queries, fire them off. This is just kind of cool. I love seeing multiple queries running at the same time. If you know several things you want to do, you can queue them up, and it's a really cool way to, get a lot done in a short amount of time. So you can see here we have 3 queries running actively, and the results will flow in one by one. We can see we got an error here. For some reason it found a stop word, so we can just go ahead and rerun that, no problem. And you can see here we have additional results. So what's next for us? The Postgres Data Analytics series is over. From it, you and I have a new way to interact with your database. As many product builders subscribed to the channel know, the launch of your product is just the beginning. Here's what you can expect in the future of Talk2Database. We want to build out a clean autocomplete. We want our SQL agents to be able to self-improve. We want to add voice commands. We want to add favorites. We want to improve the roadmap, and we want to improve the feedback. We're also going to have a pro version coming out with some pretty insane features in 2024. Recursive data generation, safe insert, update, and delete functionality, super mode, and exclusive dedicated AI agents to speed up the process. So for everyone supporting the channel and for all the product builders who really see the value in 10xing your database interactions, Talk2Database has a 50% early sign-up discount up until the new year. So if you sign up anytime between you're seeing this video and up until 2024, you'll get 50% off the Bleeding Edge Pro version that will launch with the new year in 2024. So, I'm going to be honest, I'm having kind of a hard time wrapping up this video. I rarely get sad like this, but the series is ending, and as soon as I turn the camera off, our Postgres Data Analytics series is officially over. It's been a really great journey, and I'm glad that you've been here along the way. One of my biggest inspirations is knowing that there's someone out there watching this channel that's going to take what we're doing here, all the work we've done leading up to this video, all the value that's in this product, all the value that we're going to create in 2024. Someone's watching this channel, and they're going to take all of this to the next level. And that just really gets me excited, to be able to contribute like that and to be able to help other engineers get to that next level, not only to stay relevant in the age of AI, but to be on the edge, to be on the bleeding edge of what's possible. This is just the beginning of our journey to become agentic engineers. So one last thing here, with the series ending, it's probably going to be a good time for me to step back a little bit, focus on Talk2Database, focus on building a great application, and also plan out, lock in 2024. We have a lot of exciting things coming. But I have to say, I have a newfound respect for YouTubers, for people creating content. Keeping up this pace every single week, even every other week, is a pretty massive task. And, it might seem like things are happening magically, but there's a lot of effort and work that goes into creating developer content, especially when you're actually building something, you're actually, trying to share the core of ideas and different structures and use different tools. It takes a lot of time to really think things through in a way that is productive for someone to, watch and consume. So it's probably a good time for me to step away for a little bit, take some personal time, reset, recharge, to blast off into a brand new year while focusing in on Talk2Database. I want to give that the attention it deserves, and I want to make sure that what we've built matters. I want to make sure that what we've built can really create value. So last note on that, again, huge thanks to everyone who's joined the journey. If you're watching, if you made it to the end, and you're really excited about agentic software, you're excited about Talk2Database, whatever it might be, you're looking to build your own product, hit the like, hit the sub, join the journey. If you're interested, check out the product, totally free to sign up. There's zero risk in trying the product. You can get out whenever you want or stay in as long as you want. I just want to say thank you. It's been an incredible series. The channel's really taken off, and as I've said before, this is just the beginning. 2024 is going to be wild. I'll see you in the next one.